Okay. All right. Okay. So my first question for you is, what was the happiest moment of your life?
The happiest moment of my life is when I met my wife, Venice. The minute I met her, and we went out a few times, I knew that we were destined to be together for life. And we still are.
Okay, how about the saddest moment of your life?
The saddest moment of my life is when I was the second oldest of 12 kids, and 5 kids were still at home, and my father died when he was 60 years old. Very sad. Many nights crying in bed. Great man he was. Enough about that.
Well, my follow-up question was going to be, do you want to tell me a little bit more about your dad?
My dad was hardworking. He did electrical work, he did refrigeration work. He learned it all through himself, reading books and so on. He only went to grade school. So he ended up owning a tavern, getting married and having child after child, and worked mornings and nights drilling wells, doing electrical work, doing refrigeration work, doing refrigeration work. He built freezers during the war because you couldn't buy a refrigerator because metal was so scarce. He made it out of insulation and wood and presswood, which really wasn't a good thing for a freezer. Milorganite insulation, which turned out to have asbestos in it, was condemned in later years. And then he would tend bar till 1 o'clock every night, get up in the morning and go to work and do his electrical, refrigeration, well drilling, whichever task it was that day. And I would tend bar from 6 o'clock till 7, so he could lay down for an hour, then he would work in the tavern until dark. His biggest problem was he smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day. He drank more than he should have with a bunch of his cronies. And which was his demise in the end. It caused him to die so young, so hard to think back about those days. My dad would play ball with me on Sundays sometime. I had a beg, and then during the war he rented the tavern out to another man, and he worked for a heating and ventilating company. And I'd beg him on Sundays, and then he'd go back to school and he'd hit me fly balls and play catch and so on. Being a left-hander, he taught me to bat right-handed, which I did all my life. Turned out to be a pretty good ball player. But a great man. He could play the guitar, he could play the violin, he could play the harmonica. He would sing to us after supper a lot of nights. And he always made us kneel down and pray the rosary every night after supper. Not to say that we all loved that, but we did it. Very religious man. Directed the choir in the church, and Catholic church in Darboy.
Do you remember any of the songs that he used to sing to you?
Oh, Pretty Playmate, and I Love My Rooster, and the horse one, Old Strawberry Roan.
Can you sing a little bit of one of those for us, or for me, that you remember? I remember when we were little, you used to sing the Pretty Playmate. That one I remember. I don't think I ever heard the horse one.
Oh yeah. I was standing around town just spending my time, out of a job, not earning a dime. When a stranger stepped in, he said, I suppose that you're a bronc buster by the looks of your clothes. You figures me right, I'm a good one, I claimed. And I asked if he had any bad ones to tame. He said, I've got one, he's a bad one to buck. had to throw in good riders, he's had lots of luck. So I get Saul heads up and I ask what he pays if I ride that old broomtail for a couple of days. He offered me a 10 and I said I'm your man, for the bronc ain't a living that I could not fan. That's enough of that song.
I have never heard that one from you, but that surprises me because you sang to us a lot when we were little. I don't think I ever heard you sing that one. Okay, I just want to make sure it's recording.